Bigfoot ice cream machine. It makes ice cream, apparently. And it's foot powered, hence the big foot. I was thinking it would be cool, but oh well, they're just the prices. So, okay, here we go. Mix the ingredients, cream, sugar, etc. Wonder what the etc. is. Add rock salt and ice.
I guess you could add like flavors like cinnamon and...
Yeah, and we could do Splenda instead of sugar and stuff, maybe. Pump the pedals to turn and mix 1.5 pints. They really shouldn't have gotten enough chocolate because, I don't know, that looks like a bubble. Just like something's pooping out there. They should have gotten enough vanilla.
Get pumped.
Get pumped for ice cream. Makes ice cream in about 20 minutes. I wonder if I could just hook this up to that little stationary bicycle pedal thing we have. Feel like it would do the same thing.
Yeah, maybe. What does it look like?
Well, it looks like somebody was making this by hand and they really wanted to make a bong, but they kind of screwed it up. And this is what happened, left over.
How would you know, bro?
I knew somebody who used to blow glass, thank you.
Oh.
And they smoked a lot of weed. Whatever. Friends are friends.
We are looking for a corner shelf for our kitchen counter. Oh no.
I just need to make some handles.
Oh God.
They're actually sending us for drugs. But they're kind of beat. And what'd you find?
So,
how much?
$3.99.
That's not bad.
I have a tree for earrings at home, but it's a really cheap plastic one, and I actually knocked it over yesterday or today. And this is wrought iron, I think. So.
It's not wrought iron. It's probably a cheap steel, but it's cool. I get what you're saying.
Metal.
It's metal. Wrought iron is, I'll tell you what it is later. Don't worry about it.
What'd you find, Dan? What does it say? Reply hazy, try again. You can see my baby bump from here.
As I see it, yes.
Let's ask what we should name the baby. Do you want to?
Like buy several houses or many several cars. Buy stuff like the only thing I try to change is
Okay, let's trade.
You gotta shake it. Don't break it. Up and down. With the spring. With the spring. There you go. Motion's all wrong. You can't shake weight.
Kid sister.
Kid sister. My sister and me. Hey. Leather lace. Oh, should we get it? Yes, definitely. What do you think of the Magic 8 Ball now?
Yeah, it's good.
A flare box. Some emergency
That's hilarious.
Oh, I can feel my core tightening.
Can you? If you ever need wine glasses, this is the place to come for sure. and plates and platters. All right, so we will try and attempt a haul while we're driving.
It's not much of a haul.
I'm so tall.
With my tall hat on, put it up a little higher. Here, I look taller. Kind of Blossom style.
What is that theme song? I was just trying to sing it.
Blossom theme song?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whoa!
All right, so I'm gonna try and hold up the phone. We'll see how we do. Little bit of a haul from our Goodwill trip.
Let's just talk about, we went to Goodwill. Lately we've been going to lots of little private independent. I guess you got a pretty national audience. I don't think they have Goodwill everywhere, do they?
I think they do.
I don't know if they do or not. I feel like it's mostly a Pacific Northwest thing. But I feel like not everybody has Goodwill.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Do you guys have a Goodwill? So Goodwill here is a pretty major chain of resale stores. And it's like the Walmart of resale. And honestly, it looks like they got a lot in common with Walmart these days because they seem to be selling a lot of Walmart clearance items in there. And you go to just about any town will have a Goodwill. And I'm not a huge fan. I mean, it's a nice place to go to because it's the largest one around and you can find some random stuff. But honestly, it's overpriced for clearance items. I don't find a lot of good clothing there. If you can see, all I bought in there was a sleeveless like tank top thing from Nike. See that? That was still $4. I feel like most of the places I go to, that would be a $3 item. But that was pretty cheap. And the only reason I bought it was because I wanted the material, not because I really wanted that shirt. It looks pretty new. It looks like a clearance item from Walmart or something. And I believe that's what it is. I just wanted the material because it's hard to find that particular. I had a project in mind where I want white. Basically, this is a mesh that wicks away and it's still kind of open weave, and it's really impossible to find something unless you want to spend, $7 a yard, whereas I can find this one shirt. That's another neat thing about thrift stores, is you can find materials for projects. Like, that's what a lot of stuff is. I've got a stand in the back. Found a foot stand that I can use to stand up a mannequin now, so I can have, like, basically, what do they call it? A sewing
bust.
A sewing bust.
I don't know.
Sewing mannequin? Yeah. Basically, so I can get that set up and use that, which something I've never done, and it might help me out a lot. But
sorry about the shaking, guys.
Well, it's all about my beautiful voice, anyways. But Goodwill, I feel like the average price is about $12, and there's a lot of just Walmart clearance, Target clearance items that you look at and go, well, I could probably just find this on the clearance rack and it doesn't smell in here. I could go to Walmart or Target and buy it off the clearance rack and not worry about getting tuberculosis from your neighbor. Come to that scene. And but the other stores we go to, if you find a $12 shirt, it's because it's a real high quality, interesting item and it sticks out from the rest. Whereas I feel kind of like the average at Red, White, and Blue is about $7.
Well, and the thing about the Goodwill is I believe they're a for-profit. Whereas
they are
the other ones that we went to were non-for-profit and were benefiting.
They were a charity.
A charity.
Goodwill is not a charity. A lot of people have that kind of impression of it, but no, they are for profit, which is why sometimes I feel good about skipping them. Mm-hmm. They are a for-profit company. They do hire disadvantaged people to work there that might not be able to have jobs in other locations, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so I bought some books, and again, kind of piggybacking what Dan was saying, in the past, I really enjoy books, and I like getting a good deal on books. But in the past with Goodwill, they've had times where they're having like a sale where every book is the same price, or like St. Vincent de Paul has, I think paperbacks are $1.99 and hardbacks are $2.99, something like that. Whereas Goodwill, they were actually priced based on what type of book they were. So like there was a hardback book, and it was in good shape, but it was $4.99.
We had just gone to a used bookstore, the Friends of Oregon City Public Library, and I feel like the majority of the books are like $3, right?
They were $2 even, or $3 even.
And I got a DVD, a real nice DVD for $3.
Yep, something like that. So I feel silly like being picky over, a book being $4.99 when new it would be $25.95 or whatever. I rarely buy new books. You didn't swear, I promise. Okay, he did.
It's just somebody was just being stupid. Driving.
All right, so here are the books that I got. The first one, If the Buddha Had Kids, Raising Children to Create a More Peaceful World. I remember in therapy when I was single lamenting about that. Victoria said that there's this book called If the Buddha Was Dating or something, and so it was a dating book. They have like a whole theme of these, so I thought we'd get the Raising Kid one, and that was $1.99. This one I got for both me and Dan. What to Expect When Your Wife is Expanding, a reassuring month-by-month guide for the father-to-be, whether he wants advice or not. I thought it was pretty funny. In every chapter at the beginning, it has what your wife will be complaining about. And we read some that were pretty funny. And it has things like what you may be concerned about with circumcision, what you may be concerned about with taking pictures, fear of changing diapers, I don't know. It's all sorts of stuff, and it's pretty interesting. Maybe I should do a review on that. And then your credit score. How to fix, improve, and protect that 3-digit number that shapes your financial future. We don't own our house currently, and so my goal, I don't know, Dan's credit score is better than mine, but my goal is to build up mine more in hopes that we can get a lower interest rate. And then this last one, because I'm kind of into New Age spiritual stuff, as you guys may or may not know. So this is about asking your spirit's guides, connecting to your divine support system.
I actually find that interesting. I'd be interested to read that.
Well, and I debated on it because it was $4. It was $3.99, and I'm like, but it is in pretty good shape. But it did have some good exercises. I thought. I'm getting hiccups. And I don't know. I decided to go for it. I went ahead and sat down over in the furniture section and kind of looked through these and decided to go for it. What do you see?
Antique store.
And I did get some books. Oh, I guess I don't know that I can reach them. Maybe. Okay. We're book people, obviously. So we went to a used bookstore.
This is a pretty little bridge.
And went to a used bookstore, and like Dan was saying, the $2, $3 books. So this one is called Hot Mama. How to Be a Babe. How to Have a Babe and Be a Babe. This one's Dan's. Chasing Spirits, the Building of the Ghost Adventures Crew, Nick Groff.
I like Ghost Adventures.
Yep.
He's not on the show anymore, but
Dropped my book. Let's see. The Grand Budapest Hotel, it's a Wes Anderson film.
yeah, that was only $3. It looks almost brand new. Hold on, hard right.
I've seen this book before, and when I saw it, it was at a thrift store and it was in bad shape, so I'm glad I found one that's in pretty good shape. This one is called Operating Instructions, a journal of my son's first year, and it's Anne Lamott. And it's literally written in a journal style, which I liked. And there's one more, but I can't reach it. It was what's the word? Like old wives' tales for pregnancy and childbirth. So I went ahead and got that one too. So they did have a book on Scientology. I did not buy it, man.
Good.
I have been watching
You've been obsessed with
stuff on Scientology, and it's not funny. I mean, it certainly, in my opinion, reminds me of a lot of a cult and the kind of abuses that they put these people through.
Cult of personality.
And it's not just one person, it's many people with different stories that are very similar. So anyway, it's interesting, something to watch in the background. And I read Leah Remini's book and watched her show. Dan didn't really, like, he's just bored with it, but I don't know. Anyways, so I did not buy the Scientology book.
Thanks. Good.
All right, guys. Is that a good place to leave off, you think?
Yeah, so should we?
guess.
I think that we should talk about some of the other places that we went to and put in the furniture. We got the garage sale place.
Yeah, we did go to a place called, I feel like we talked about it in a video in the car.
We haven't actually.
We haven't edited it yet, but Dan
Okay,
was,
since I accidentally didn't film anything but my pocket,
yeah.
we might need to just put these all together on something.
We'll probably do one big thrift store video compilation, maybe.
I guess tips for a thrift store is small ones can be a lot of fun. The random little in-between ones that you don't know what you're gonna get. There could be some neat stuff there. You don't go there looking for particular items. You just go there looking for little gems, which is really what you should do with most thrift stores. Goodwill, if you're gonna go, you might as well go to the biggest one you can find. And there's usually like one mega Goodwill store around, because otherwise it's just a kind of smaller selection of overpriced resale items.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.